Okay, let's kick this off. So, yeah, what's your name? You already told me, but where are you from?
I'm Arli, and I'm from the United States. Yes, Miami.
Hell yeah, awesome. And what job are you currently doing that allows you to be a digital nomad?
Yeah, I am a software engineer for an all-remote company.
Okay, cool. And what's like your past year been like? Like, have you been traveling all over the place, or
Yeah.
what's your lifestyle like?
Yeah, so I spent the winter just kind of bouncing around for some skiing. Then I spent a month in Austin, Texas.
I live in Austin.
Oh, no way.
I love Austin. It's my
Cool.
favorite place like on earth.
Yeah, it was awesome.
It's pretty awesome.
Oh, it was amazing. Yeah, lots of queso dip.
Yeah. Torchies?
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
I live down the street from there, so.
Me too.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, right by the "I love you so much" sign. I live
Yeah.
right across from there.
Okay,
State House.
cool. I spent like a month kind of in the other direction by like close to Magnolia.
Nice.
So
Wow,
yeah, I
small
love
world.
South Congress. That was awesome.
Very cool.
But yeah, I did that and did a lot of running around there. I'm a pretty active person, so kind of like wherever I end up is a function of like the activities, outdoor activities and things like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then the summer I just plan on spending a lot of time in the mountains, maybe in Europe or something.
Wow.
Colorado. But yeah, then spent a month on South Beach in the fall. Kind of, yeah, just pretty much all over.
That's sick.
Yeah, I tend to spend like a month in a place at a time so I can get to know the community and kind of feel settled a little bit. And then I'm ready to go on the next adventure.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what's your typical day like? Like on a Wednesday, let's say.
Yeah, so I don't have that many meetings. I do have a stand-up every day that I attend, which is basically where myself and the other software engineers kind of just talk about what we're doing that day, get any updates, and then I just code all day. That's pretty much it. Yeah. Just depends on the week. Sometimes it's busier than others, but yeah.
Oh yeah. And what's been one of your like highlights of the year? Like maybe most beautiful place, craziest moment, could be whatever. Just like something awesome that happened this year.
Yeah. So in like earlier this year, I finished like the biggest cross country ski race in the world.
Damn.
Yeah. So like.
You are active.
Yeah, it was 90 kilometers, which is like 54
Wow.
miles on
That's
skis.
crazy.
In Sweden, like the middle of nowhere.
Damn.
So it's a really important race, and before that I had been on cross country skis like twice in my life, so I spent like the whole winter training for it, and yeah, so finishing it was pretty amazing. Yeah, and it was really cool. Like all the Swedish people were really nice, and the spectators were awesome, and it's definitely like one of the weirdest things I've ever done. But
Wow.
yeah, it was cool.
Just out of curiosity, is Sweden like the most perfect place ever?
I mean,
I just imagine utopia.
it is cool. I mean, Norway is a bit prettier if I have to choose one of the Scandinavian places. But yeah, I didn't really even spend time in like the really beautiful parts of Sweden. It was in, yeah, it was like in the late winter, so it wasn't even that beautiful, and it was in the middle of nowhere, like literally in the middle of nowhere. This race. But it was cool. It was definitely like one of the weirdest experiences I've ever had. Like thousands of people descend on this tiny town and ski for 90 kilometers for fun.
Wow.
So, yeah.
I was not expecting that response. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And what are some the biggest pros of being a digital nomad and some cons?
Yeah, so I did the office thing for a couple years as a software engineer, and like, first of all, I hate open office spaces. Like, I like it, for a couple hours, and I just get like it's really draining to like always hear chatter all the time, like to never get a quiet moment. Especially as a software engineer, it's really important to be able to focus on your code and stuff like that. And so, and really, it's a very like creative profession, which sounds kind of weird, but like I just use my creativity in a different way, and then being able to change up my environment really stimulates that. So it's really cool to be able to like sit on a beanbag, in a co-working space, or sit outside, or just choose wherever I want to be. That lets me do my best work.
For sure.
Instead of just sitting at the same desk every day, like staring at the same wall every single day. I found was really hindering my creativity and my abilities to produce good solutions. So.
Yeah. Awesome. And where's some like downfalls, if you could think of any?
It gets really lonely, actually.
Yeah.
Like,
really?
As an adult, after college, my most of my friendships came from like my job, and while it's cool to have people all over the United States, different parts of the world to hang out with. Like, I can show up to DC and hang out with one of my coworkers, or Denver or San Diego. I can go anywhere and have sort of a friend to hang out with in any city.
Yeah.
It gets kind of lonely if you're just bouncing around all over the place like all the time. So
That makes sense.
yeah.
With less stability comes like,
Yeah.
more randomness.
Yeah, that's true.
And like you go to a bunch of co-working spaces throughout the year. Do you stay at hostels typically, or Airbnbs?
Airbnbs.
Okay.
Yeah. I like hostels, but like since I do work most of the time, sometimes I just do need like a quiet space. But
Feel
like,
you.
definitely a big fan of the hostel thing if it's just for a vacation or something.
And what's been the coolest or your favorite co-working space that you've been to, and like why?
This one's really cool, but probably my favorite. Let's see. So in Salt Lake City, in Utah, there's this co-working space. It was this old church that they converted into offices, co-working space, just kind of a community center, and it's totally free to go, or at least it was when I was there.
Yeah.
So I spent a lot of time there. They hosted a lot of meetups. It was kind of like the epicenter of a lot of tech, web development and stuff. So it was really beautiful. They had all these like different armchairs, different sofas you could sit on. It's very like creative space. Really beautiful stained glass windows. This was an old church. There were like restaurants in the basement. It was just like a really, really cool space that anyone could show up to. You didn't have to pay anything if you're just getting started, if you're just trying to meet people. And there were quite a few startups that were there and kind of moved out and became bigger companies, which was cool to see.
Yeah.
So I really love that co-working space.
Awesome. So like the community feel and like the chillness of it. Really,
yeah, and people would
awesome.
just like stay there for hours. Like people would come in from their office jobs, or there's people that were there all the time. So there's always someone to talk to. A lot of them were in tech, so you had something in common, and like I just really loved that it was a place that anyone could come. Whether or not they had the means to like pay for a co-working space, they could still feel like part of that community. That was cool.
Yeah. Awesome. And so I've never stayed at Salinas before up until this past week, and I've only been to one co-working space, but like this is kind of a new concept, hostel, co-working, all in one place. What have your thoughts been on Salinas? Like, how do you like it here?
Yeah, I really like it here. I like all the different seating options. It's very like creative space. I'm not staying in the hostel part, so I can't speak to that, but I think that's really cool, and probably for my next like, big kind of month bouncing around, I like to find a place where it's sort of co-working and co-living. I think it's that sort of helps facilitate friendships and things like that a lot easier if you're kind of forced to see the same people all the time, not just during working hours.
And is it easy to like meet people in these type of places? Like, are there events, like anything like that?
Yeah, so there are events every week. I've gone to a few. Admittedly, like mostly I've just been doing a lot of exploring on my own.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are like pub crawls all the time. Let's see, I went to like this art exhibit event last weekend. That was cool. So down on the lower floor, they had a lot of local artists come and actually like create art there in front of you. So that was really cool to see. I recognized a lot of people that went to that from here. So it's really nice that like I can meet people who co-work here, but also kind of do so in a way that's supporting a lot of local artists and musicians and things like that.
Very cool. And they like partner with a lot of local people here?
Yeah, I've only been here since the beginning of the month, but one of the things that's one of the front desk people told me is that they want to bring more local businesses, local artists, just local kind of tech people in general to come here and be part of the community rather than just foreigners basically.
For sure. And can you see yourself going back to like desk job 9 to 5 type of lifestyle, or do you want to continue doing this?
No way.
Yeah.
No way. I can't. This is too good. Maybe that'll change, in 10 years, but I can't really think of a better way to spend my 20s than doing this. So.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Yeah.
On to what you do.
Yeah.
Very awesome. That was sick.